A peaceful day to all. Welcome to our Earth, Air, Fire, and Water series. Messages from our spirit guides. We've already cleared the air, and at the same time, we've already pre-shuffled all the cards. Remember that this is a timeless reading, so by the time, whatever time you accidentally watch this video, maybe that is the time for you. At the same time, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you. Now, we need we have a, right now, arranged already. This is the Angel Tarot cards, and we've divided it into the 4 elements, Earth, Air, Fire, and Water. And then we have another separate card, which is the A.E. Waite, the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. And this will be giving us the card, which will be sort of like our North Star as we travel, as we go on our journey through the cards. The card that we will get from here will be sort of like our guiding star, the main theme for the week. So this will be a reading for this coming week. We will try to see what are the message of our spirit guides for us for this week to guide us in our journey in life. Okay, so I am shuffling again this other one so that we can really have a good theme card. Okay, so let's see. So we will randomly pick a card from the deck. Okay, so what is our main theme for this week? Okay, the 6 of Pentacles. So here we can see here a person giving alms to the poor. There are 2 people here, and as you can see, there is a balance, a weighing scale on his left hand, and he's giving money on the other side. The left hand is preoccupied. I remember what the gospel says. Do not let your right hand or your left hand know what the other hand is doing. So the other hand is preoccupied making sure that everything is balanced, and the other hand is busy in distributing alms to the people. This is when you look at it, this is a well-off person sharing the benefits of the gifts that he is receiving. So the main gift, I think the main theme we have right now is that the call for generosity, and also the awareness that you are abundantly blessed. Now we will try to see, randomly we will pick cards from here and try to see, what are our messages through the 4 elements. Okay, the 9 of Fire. We have the Page of Earth. Okay. We have the 5 of Air. And we have Awakening. Okay. Awakening, Archangel Gabriel. Okay, let's see. What is the message in the 9 of Fire? Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Okay. The 9 of Fire is like the 9 of Wands, and it's like a person who have just undergone war. Don't give up. Okay, so you've undergone a lot of challenges. Now you see here, let's try to study the picture. Here we see a dragon looking up to this lady, and I think the dragon is holding a wand with a glowing tip. The lady also to which the dragon is looking is also holding a wand with fire in its tip. Okay, and quite interesting. It's as if this lady have just not really slain the dragon, because the dragon is still aware, but she has seemed to have tamed the dragon. And it's as if the dragon is surrendering his wand to the lady, no? And the lady stands with courage as if she's succeeded already, no? And there are still other smaller ones here, no? So it seems that she has sort of slain the dragon already. We will see. And then we have the Five of Air. The Five of Air is the Five of Swords, no? An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motive. Okay, so here, no, the Five of Wands is the Five of Air is like the Five of Swords, and as we can see here, there are several unicorns here amidst the foliage, no? And the Five of Swords, I think, is the one where two people were sort of lost from another person and another person won, no? So learn from what you can from this situation. Okay. Now here for Earth, we have the Page of Sword, no? Scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful, no? So they are describing the Page of Earth, no? Good news about financial matters. Wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. Okay. And then Awakening. Okay. Here we see a person with wings, no? And sparkling things here, and there are foliage about it. She's like a fairy. And we see a butterfly here, which is a symbolism of transformation. Okay. And then we have here Awakening, another symbol for transformation. This is a counterpart for Rider-Waite of the Hanged Man. No? You see here an angel with wings, but inverted. No? The angel is looking at the world in a different point of view. Okay, at a different point of view. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Okay, so let's try to see. What are these cards trying to tell us? So it seems that in the recent past you have encountered some challenges, but you have overcome this challenge. You have just finished a certain struggle in your life, no? And you seem to have succeeded, and somehow this success have brought you a lot of beautiful gifts, no? If it is an interior journey that you underwent, no, you know, like something mystical, no, like the slaying the dragon, no, but it's not really slaying the dragon, it's winning the dragon over, no? And when you win the dragon over, the dragon is a very strong creature, a very powerful creature, and when you win that, no, so the message from the cosmos, no, from fire, no, the message from the cosmos is that you have just gained something. You have just gained something from the cosmos. It's as if that the universe or the cosmos have placed you on a test, and it seems that you have succeeded the test. And now you have received a lot of wands as gifts. So they have given you a lot of gifts, maybe some psychic gifts for some of you. You might have received it, no? And because of that, you have a promising venture at this present time, no? You have a promising venture, something very promising. It's like you have undergone a certain form of transformation. After this struggle, you have undergone a certain form of transformation, and beautiful things are opening up to you. The world is opening up to you, the universe is opening up to you, and it's giving you beautiful ventures, no? And it seems that you need to use all these gifts that you are receiving from the universe, from after you have passed the tests, the trial, you need to use it in order to help others, no? these gifts that you have received, this promising venture that is opening up into your life, this new chapter that is opening into your life, you need to use all these gifts that you have received for the benefit of others. No, here you might have lost something also in the process. Oftentimes it's like that. When we make choices in life, we have to let go of certain things. No, so I feel the wrong choice that they might have said. No, it is. I think it's because this is the five, like the five of swords. No, it's as if that you succeeded in overcoming certain things. I think you even succeeded in overcoming some shadows in your life. No, some things like a bad habit or a certain addiction, whatever it is, you have seemed to succeeded it. And yes, you might have been injured along the process. No, but you need to there's a need for you also to nurture yourself after all this struggle. But I think you succeeded. No, it's like in the Five of Swords. No, when I look at it, it's as if that you have already overcome whatever dragons are there in your life, the things that scare you. You have overcome them and you have succeeded here. For here, I feel, I have this feeling that we should look at it in a positive light. No, this is something like a victory. You have succeeded, and whatever has been overcoming you in the past, you seem to have overcome it right now. I kind of feel like all these cards are positive. No, they are bringing you, and because of this success, no, you're able to overcome the dragons. You're able to win some bad shadows in your life. You are able to overcome them, and then a new chapter is opening up for you, and you are now looking at the world in a different light. Now, these are positive things that are happening in your life right now. And I feel there is a need for you to use these things that you are receiving, the beautiful things that is happening, being able to overcome whatever addictions you've had in the past, whatever shadows you've had in the past, your experience on how you were able to overcome it, and also these things, the new gifts that you receive after taming the dragon, and the new chapter that's opening up, wherein a lot of things, I think you will be learning more things in the near future. Not only the gifts that you are able to receive after overcoming the dragon, but I think you will be receiving more gifts. And all these things will lead to you looking at life in a different point of view. And all these good things you will be able to use in order to help others, especially those who will be brought into your life, some of them might be undergoing challenges that, like overcoming addictions and certain troubles that you have undergone. You will be able to help them make it also through. At the same time, the gifts that you are receiving after overcoming your interior struggle within, now you are developing some gifts. You are receiving some gifts from the cosmos and from the universe and from the divine. You are going to harness them in order to help others. No, okay. Now let us see what the cosmos would like to clarify even more, or maybe give us more. So for the element of fire, we will be using the Starseed Oracle to allow the cosmos, the divine, and the universe to give us a message. So randomly we will take a card here. Okay. I am sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. Okay. So I think slaying the dragon is also realizing that in the process of, because when the process, people get hurt in the process also. So you might have just undergone a certain challenge in life, and in the process you might have been hurt, and others might have been hurt in the process. So it seems when you look at it here, you see two people facing each other, and you see also underneath them the roots also forming two faces facing each other. So whatever challenge you underwent in the past, I think this is not just interior struggle. I think there had been some struggle you've had in the recent past, and it could be between you and another person. And it seems that you have succeeded over what it, I mean, maybe you have been proven right in whatever argument or whatever things had happened, no? I think there is a need for you to be generous and at the same time to be sorry also, because in this altercation you might have caused pain also to the other person, just as the other person have caused you pain. In war, both the opponents suffer, even the victor also suffers. They lost something. They lost maybe their humanity in a war. Those who have won, yeah, and those who also have lost, both of them has lost something. You know, both of them have suffered. Both of them are in pain. You see here, both the heart chakras are glowing. So whoever won in the conflict, or maybe nobody won, they decided maybe to just respect each other's differences. But there's a need for you to maintain the relationship. There's a need for you also to reach out in reconciliation, to say also you're sorry. So I don't know what struggle you underwent lately. Even if you've won, I think there is a need for you. You are being invited by the cosmos, by the universe, by the divine, to undergo reconciliation. When you look at it, there seems to be like a tree here. I don't think it's just one tree. I think it is two trees. And when you look at it, the roots are intertwined. It seems that after the conflict, it doesn't mean that you need to separate ways. It happens sometimes, like for example, in the family, when siblings fight, after a while, they return to each other because they know they cannot really be separated from each other. I mean, they are part of one family. Just as we are part of one universe, one family, one big family, we cannot forever be separated from others. The pain of the other we also feel. So after whatever challenge you've undergone, I know it might be very hard for some of you, especially if the struggle that you underwent is very, very extreme and it might have caused severe pain. But there is an invitation for you, maybe not now, but in the near future, to slowly heal the relationship and be reconciled. Sometimes it just takes 2 words to say, I'm sorry, and the reconciliation can begin. So I think that is the invitation for you right now. Yes, okay, you succeeded in a conflict, but hard as it may be, I think you are being invited to reconcile to whoever you had the conflict with. Okay, let us now try to see what is the message from our archangels. Okay, so an unwise choice. I don't know. Why did I think of an unwise choice? So there has been a conflict, but why an unwise choice? I don't know what. Let's try to see what is the message from. Life review. Okay. Archangel Jeremiah. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Okay. So maybe in the process of your struggle with somebody, you might have made an unwise choice. Maybe the unwise choice is to completely forget the person. And it seems that the divine and the universe is asking you to reconcile. Maybe the unwise choice that this is referring to is the choice of leaving everything behind, throwing everything out the window. Maybe there's something that needs to be saved in the relationship. Maybe the decision to leave everything behind is not the right decision. You need to review your life, and you need to study every aspect of what had happened, whatever it is, whatever struggle you have undergone. There's a need for you to review the situation and to resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. So maybe, yes, there is an imbalance here, no? The lady is standing while the dragon is lying down on its back. There is an imbalance. It's as if the lady have just overpowered the dragon, no? So whoever this dragon in your life, this dragon have been defeated. I guess there is a need for you to correct the imbalance, no? To consider that we are all equal, we are all children of the divine. But I think you are really being called to be reconciliatory. Somehow this generosity card, is not just generosity of being, because this person seems to be on top and he's sharing it with other people. I think there is something more that is being asked of you. Not just to be somebody who is on top and giving to somebody who is below, just like a woman standing over the dragon. But it seems that you need to make things equal. Even if you have one, there's a need for you to have a certain balance. Make things equal for both of you. That you would still uphold the dignity of the person. That you will not trample on the person, whoever it is, this person you had a conflict with. It seems you need to restore the balance. Maybe this is somebody who's very close to you and you were very, very sweet to each other, and afterwards the conflict might have caused you to separate ways, and one feeling disenfranchised. Maybe there's a need for you to restore again the friendship and restore the balance, no? It might be very hard for others, no? It's very hard because you need to have a paradigm shift to look at things in a different way, no? That it is not all competition. Maybe there's a need for you to consider also equality, that everybody also deserves to be happy. Now let us try to see what is the message from our ancestors through our shaman, the shaman's dream oracle. Let us try to see what is the message of our ancestors. Okay. Eye of the needle, intentionality. Okay. Let us try to look. So it makes me think of the camel going through the eye of the needle. No, it's a camel. When the camel enters a village and goes, he has to enter by the eye of the needle. And when a camel enters the eye of the needle, the camel needs to kneel down so that he can fit the eye of the needle. And it's the same for us. It's really about this relationship. I mean, you need to kneel down. You need to lower yourself. Okay. So there seems to be a conflict between two people. I don't know which part you are. If you are the victor one, and then, or if you are the one who lost. But in this conflict, somebody won and somebody lost. No. Now I'm beginning to see. Somehow. And somebody made the wrong choice, no? Made an unwise choice. Maybe the unwise choice made the person lose, no? Lose in the battle. So it seems to be a relationship between two people. They had just had a conflict. Somebody made an unwise choice and somebody lost, no? Now, there is a need for humility. There's a need for kneeling down in order to enter the eye of the needle. So it can be the person who have lost. I don't know if that is you, or you are the one who have won. No, it can be any of both. No, you just try to resonate which one is for you. No, it can be you, but one in these two relationships, one lost and the other one won. Okay, and one made a wrong decision. I don't know if it is the victor or the one who lost. No, and whatever wrong decision you need, I think the main message that is being given to you is to restore balance. There are two ways to restore balance. One is the humility of the person who have lost, to admit that they have made a wrong choice or they may have made a mistake, the need to kneel down. At the same time, also the victor has to learn to kneel down also. No, here you see a person accepting that he needs help, so he gratefully receives the gift from this rich person. This rich person also realizes that he cannot live his life without looking at these other people. The pain of these people is also his pain. So he's reaching out in kindness. So both of them are being called to enter the eye of the needle. Both of them are called to kneel down. The victor and the person who have lost. They need to be both humble. The victor need to be humble to offer reconciliation. Not even wait for the loser to reach out kneeling down. The victor should also reach out also into reconciliation. Both are called to reconciliation. Both are called to be humble. One, to be humble, to accept their mistakes, accept that they have made a wrong choice, and the other has to also be generous enough to welcome, accepting the reality that they also are not perfect and that they also commit mistakes, and that part of life is that we learn from our mistakes. We commit mistakes and we learn from them. No, so learn what you can from this situation. So it's both of them. No, the person who had committed a mistake realizes that he has to learn from the situation and review everyone's motive, both of you. So even the victor, learn what you can from this situation and review everyone's motives. Both of you need to study. What caused the conflict? I mean, could it have been a conflict that both of you could have avoided? I mean, right now it seems like nobody's a victor. It seems that both of you have been hurt also in the process. Both of you are in sorrow. So both of you have been hurt. So even if somebody won, it seems that both of you have lost something. And maybe this one is the promising. If you are able to fulfill this one, look at it. It's like a tree. No, this is the bark. No, and this is the roots. No, if you both undergo transformation, which is symbolized by the butterfly, if both of you will undergo this transformation, this new beginning that you are being given by the page of earth, if you will just respond to all these things, there will be a promise of something that will grow into something beautiful. No, so it seems like that. No. So there must have been a severe conflict here. I hope you can reconcile this one. Now let us try to see what is the message from our spirit animals, who will be our spirit animals or spirit animal for this week. Okay, let us see who is our spirit animal for this week. Hyena, dare to be different. Okay, so hyenas live in pack. No, they live in a community. They roam in packs. No, and these are these are animals that are very, very resourceful, and they're also very noisy. And the way they laugh. No, if you would hear a hyena laugh, no, you would also laugh. They laugh very funny. So somehow hyenas also seems like to have a certain sense of humor. No, they are also resourceful, and they're also very, very. They can fight. No, if they are scavengers, they see the beauty in situations. They see the beauty in things. No, even if the thing seems worthless already, they are able to find something. So I guess the message here is, even if you feel like this situation is already hopeless, you are called to scavenge the relationship. You are called to try to rebuild what you can. There is something beautiful still in the relationship, even after the conflict that you have just had. It seems that you are being helped by the hyena spirit animal in order to scavenge the situation, to scavenge the relationship, to make the best of the relationship, to still find value in whatever has been destroyed in the relationship. They are able to see value in whatever has been left behind. No, like for example, if a lion just hunted an animal, they ate it. After the lion leaves, the hyena will come and still find something valuable on the food, and they will eat the food. So it's like that also. It's like after the destruction of whatever struggle you've had, no, there might have been some destruction in the relationship. You can still find something beautiful in it, and it goes here on the heart. You see this one, this light from the divine going to the heart of the hyena. So it's like you are being encouraged by the divine and by the universe to use your heart in order to find the beauty in the relationship, even if it seems to have been destroyed already and you cannot live alone. So it's quite challenging. I mean, you need to look at things in a different light, because oftentimes the normal thing that a person sees is that once you have a conflict with somebody and you already won, you don't want to continue anymore a relationship with somebody. Oftentimes this is what they see, but this one is different. The message is different here. I mean, okay, you've had a conflict. Okay, you feel that you have been vindicated, but at the same time, the invitation for you is to reach out in friendship to the person whom you just had a conflict with. It's as if that the pain of the person is also your pain, and that you cannot live without the person. So whatever conflict it is, it should not be a cause for separation between the two of you. You are a family. You are a community. The two of you is a family. The two of you together is a family. So whatever pain you might have had, no, there's a need for you to say, I'm sorry, to reconcile. I feel very strongly that the message here is you need to heal yourself, the two of you. Whatever conflict you've had, both of you need to be humble enough and to reach out with love. You see, many of here, it's the heart here, heart. It's as if you are being called to use your heart chakra in order to reach out in love. Maybe it will help you if you will wear something pink or green, which are symbols of the heart chakra. No, maybe when you are going to meet this person in order to reach out in reconciliation. See here, this is green and this is red, the heart. So maybe you can wear something green or pink in order to reach out in conciliation to whoever this person you had a conflict with. According here to this card, you made an unwise choice. You made an unwise choice. I don't know what it is, but according to the card, you made an unwise choice. It can be the victor, it can be the one who have lost, but I think both of you lost something. And then maybe both of you made an unwise choice. The conflict, maybe even whatever led to the conflict, both of you made an unwise choice. Maybe it was something that you could have avoided if you just made the right choices. But it seems that both of you made the unwise choice. Sometimes we do that, no? For example, there was a conflict. Before the conflict had started, you might have chosen not to escalate it into a conflict. But I don't know, maybe both of you are tired, both of you are preoccupied with a lot of things. So instead of choosing the better part, which is to be patient, not to raise your voice, not to get angry, you ended up getting angry, and both of you might have realized, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have escalated it into something very big. Maybe it's something very petty. Maybe the cause might have been something very small, but both of you maybe escalated it into something very big. Maybe now, if you try to realize it, you will realize it's something that is not really that big. It should not have escalated to this one and should not have led to this conflict where both of you are being hurt. No, it seems that this conflict, whatever it is, it can still be salvaged, because the divine is asking you to say, I'm sorry. Maybe if you will just have the humility by kneeling down in order to enter the eye of the needle. It is going to be difficult. I mean, the reconciliation seems to be like the eye of the needle. It's going to be difficult, but you can enter the eye of the needle, just as a camel can enter the eye of the needle by kneeling down. In the villages, the camel, in order to enter the village, needs to pass by the eye of the needle, and they need to kneel down. If they kneel down, they can enter the eye of the needle. And I think you can reach reconciliation if both of you will kneel down and be humble to reach out to each other. And I think if the universe, if the divine, and if the angels and our ancestors, this is a message from your ancestors, no? They are teaching you, maybe they are teaching you from the wisdom that they had. You need to kneel down in order to enter the eye of the needle. And this is from the hyena, no? They are trying to see you can find something beautiful in your relationship. All of them are leading to reconciliation. All of them are encouraging you to reach out to reconciliation. Maybe it is because if you will reach out in reconciliation, something beautiful and promising will happen into your life in this in the near future. No, there will be success, and at the same time, no, something promising. Both of you will be able to learn something. No, now if it is a personal struggle, no, whatever it is, no, you need to be reconciled with your shadows. If this is something personal, a personal struggle right now, you need to reconcile with your shadows in order to, even if you succeeded already, you cannot deny your shadow. So for those who did not have any conflict, there might have been an inner struggle and you might have overcome your shadow, but you need also, you cannot deny the presence of that shadow in you. You need to be reconciled with your shadow. Just as this dragon is offering you a wand, no? You also have a wand. Maybe you also need to offer the wand to your shadow. It means you need to recognize that your shadow is part of you, and by doing that you will receive more gifts. So it seems like if for those of you who did not have any struggles but have an interior struggle and you succeeded in whatever trial you've had, you have vanquished your shadow, but you need to be reconciled with your shadow and to accept that in the past you might have made wrong choices. And maybe the wrong choices have led to the shadows in your life, the skeletons in your life. You need to reconcile with that also in order to get a certain balance. And if you are able to reconcile with your inner person, your inner child, your shadow, the shadow part of your inner person, if you can reconcile with the shadow part of your inner person, there is a promise of transformation in the near future. So there is also the humility here of accepting that we are not perfect. We have parts in ourselves that are like shadows. We need to be reconciled with ourselves. We need to be reconciled with our past. We need also to recognize that in order for us to be a complete person, we need to have our shadow, we need to have our light side. We need to be in a community as a person, as a whole, no? And we need to do some life review. So for those of us who have the interior struggle instead of the relationship struggle, there's also a need for you to be reconciled with whatever pasts or dark shadows you have in your past in order to have wholeness, wholeness. Being a family can be also a symbol of wholeness. There's a need for you to love yourself, to love your inner self, and you need to do some life review. What are the motivations why you have made your choices in the past, and you need to reconcile with it, to learn from it. No, there are some things, and you need to establish a balance within you, and this balance means you recognize the presence of darkness in your life also, and there's a need of humility to accept also that you need some change. This generosity is generosity towards yourself. You need to nurture your inner self also. So for those who have these inner struggles right now, if you are struggling with your inner self, then there's a need for you also to be reconciled, to say I'm sorry, and at the same time to say I forgive, So here you see something parallel, no? The external one is relationship with others, and then the inner one is relationship with your inner self. As you reconcile with others, you need also to be reconciled with your inner self. You see, the dynamics here is quite similar. You vanquish your inner self, but it doesn't mean that because you are already a victor, you're going to forget already about your shadows. No, it is part of you. You cannot separate it from you. And both of you have wands. It means that this shadow of you offers you something very positive, just as you have something that you can offer also to your shadow side. That is, you need to nurture also your shadow side. You need to make your shadow side finally feel that your shadow is part of you, that you recognize it, that you love it, that you accept it. So there's a need for you to be reconciled with your shadow part, to say I'm sorry, and to say I forgive, and to see the value after the struggle. And if you do that, there will be the gift of new beginning, the gift of transformation, the gift of seeing things in a different light, and whatever benefit you will get from here, you will be able to use it to serve the people and to serve the universe. So it's very interesting. This has been very nice. Now you look at it, now you try to see, it's both, it can be external at the same time, it can be personal. Now there's another thing that I'm thinking right now, and maybe this is also a message for us. Reconciliation with the spirit world. Reconciliation with the divine. The need to say I'm sorry. I have been sort of like thinking only of myself. I have sort of closed my door to my inner world. And the inner world had beautiful things to give us. But I just closed it. I sort of like overpowered my inner world. I sort of like made my ego dominate my life. It's as if, okay, I vanquish my inner self. It's like that. Maybe there's a need for you to be reconciled also with the divine. If you have been sort of like egoistic in the past, if you have just thought of yourself, maybe you have made the wrong choice. Maybe you are being invited right now by the divine to reconcile with him, to say, I'm sorry, I need you. And if you do that, you would realize that the divine have always been there, always offering you love. You just need to open your heart to accept the divine. So for some of you who might have been wandering through life denying the presence of the divine, maybe the divine is inviting you right now to open your heart. Maybe certain things are happening in your life that you couldn't understand right now, and you're being called to review your life right now to make you realize, if you didn't believe in the past, in the presence of the divine, maybe you are asked to reconsider and review your life, and to be humble enough to accept, I have made an unwise choice. And that for you to be able to have that reconciliation with the divine, there is a need for humility, to kneel down so that you can enter the eye of the needle, and for the shadows that you couldn't understand, you might be able to look at life now in a different light. You might have already a paradigm shift and realize that there really is the divine. If you have denied the presence of the divine in your life, maybe things have been happening right now. Maybe watching this video is not an accident. Maybe the divine is telling you, I am here. I am in your midst. I am always with you. If you have denied his presence in the past, maybe you are being invited right now to reconsider. One of the beautiful truths in life is that love of the divine and love of others, love of God and love of neighbor. For those of you who have struggles, you don't know which faith to believe, start with loving God, loving the divine, and loving others. This is no accident that you have found this video. The divine is revealing himself to you in a personal way. You start with that. If the divine is loving you right now and guiding you by the hand, you allow the divine to guide you. Allow the divine to embrace you and guide you, you start with this one. Love of God and love of neighbor. And just go with the flow. Allow the divine to guide you. The important thing, now, all religion, they lead to the divine. You don't know which religion will be given, but there are some people who do not have a religion, but still, it doesn't mean that they will not find their way to the divine. The divine has his own ways of bringing you to him. Just let the Spirit guide you. Where he will lead you, all these paths, whatever paths he will lead you, it will lead towards him. And just allow him to guide you, because when you allow him to guide you, then you will find him faster. No? So just allow him. And I think start with this one. Love of the divine and love of your neighbor. Well, so we have 3 messages now. Reconciliation with others, reconciliation with yourself, and reconciliation with the divine and the spirit world. So, that's it for now. Until next time, have a great day.